Now we're going to look at my two keys channels. We have one keyboard player on this tour, so he's got keys 1 and keys 2 is what we call it. It's basically keys 1 is a Nord, and keys 2 is his MIDI controller, which he has lots of different sounds for. But keys 1 pretty much 99% of the time stays as a grand piano sound from the Nord. So those two channels get bussed to keys 1's group. And then if we ever have our other keyboard player, LJ, come out, I have his two channels as well bussed to another keys group. So I have those readily accessible. So we'll take a listen to Aaron's keys. Again, I like to bring my input faders up to unity and then kind of mix that in with the group. So all I'm doing with this is a little bit of compression with the Puig 670. Again, there's no attack and release time, so I'm using time constant 5. And I like to squash the keys a little bit just to get some excitement out of them. As far as EQ, the Nord has great grand piano sounds. So I may take a little bit of 2K out to smooth the keys out and take some of the mid-range, like 400 or 500 out. And then I like my piano sound to be fairly bright, so I'll take the high band as a shelf and have that in case I need some more air out of the grand piano. So this is with the EQ, without the EQ. So again, just shaping the piano a little bit, not fixing anything. And then you can see I'm hitting the compressor probably 2-3 dB. And then he also has his MIDI keyboard, which he uses for all kinds of cool sounds and stuff that you've heard on the record. So that doesn't really need a lot of treatment. I may compress that a little bit. That input is also running into the group compression. So really what I'm doing is just making sure it sounds right. So all I really feel like I need to do with that input is just take away some 3-4K, take out some of that harshness. I love that input. I ride that input a lot. Aaron produces the record, so he has lots of cool sounds that he's made that I like to feature. And so part of that EQ is to kind of allow me to push that in further. But again, that's being pushed into compression, so it's never going to take off no matter how hard I push it. So that gives me some freedom to do some pretty big rides with those two faders. So it's very simple, but again, I'm working with great sounds, so I don't need to do a lot with the keys channels.